Okay then guys, we've got another rune farm here for you. This is another one of the drop-off exploits. This is going to get you anything from 200 to 400,000 runes every couple of minutes. This is quite a good method and is going to end up with around 10 to 20 million runes depending on how efficient you are, how quick you are, and how well you do this. Now, there are going to be a couple of quirks to this, so make sure you stay tuned. But before we get into it, smash that like button and subscribe with the post notifications turned on. Check out our new merch line in the comment section and description. Let's get into it. So this is where we're going to want to start, just over here. So we're going to head on just into this area, and this is where the whole farm is going to be. So with that being said, we are going to spawn up. Now make sure you do this at nighttime. As we all know, you obtain more runes via nighttime, and for my personal preference, make sure you've got some sort of katana on your right hand, as it is one of the faster swingers. You need to make sure that you swing the sword quite quickly, as this is going to be detrimental. Now as we get up to here on the portal, we're going to jump off the right side. Now this is going to cause a few headaches just because you need to jump over the death barrier. Now once we do jump over it, you will see that we will just continuously fall down, and after about 30 seconds to a minute you will obtain runes like there's no tomorrow. Now there are a few things that you can do to boost this, and we're going to check those out in just a second, but this right here is going to look a few different ways. It doesn't always just look like what you've got on screen in a clip just a bit after this one. You are going to see there is another clip where it looks completely different, but you still obtain a load of runes. But there is some things that you can utilize to make sure that you boost up your rune gainage, if you want to call it that, and that is going to be the gold scarab. The gold scarab actually increases runes obtained by defeated enemies, and you'll find a link to that down in the description if you haven't got it already. It is a must-have for any rune farmer at this moment in time, and if you want to give yourself an additional boost, which is time-gated, you want the gold pickled foul foot, and this boosts rune acquisition for a time. Now this is going to help you guys quite a bit, as obviously these are just free added extra runes, and it all adds up, especially if you are farming like this. But you will see eventually it does drop, and you will get the gold flurry come towards you, and you just want to respawn back at that grey site and head back to that location and make sure that you just jump it straight away. And this is going to be something that you guys can do for quite some time. It is a process which can be relatively boring, and as you can see on screen, we're going to do it just again so you guys can see. We're going to do this with speed, and then we're going to show you the second way that this can go. Now obviously you can see that we've got our character in the middle, and that is obviously the generic move for this. You will see that seen quite a bit, but sometimes it can go a little bit like it does on this one. Now what I will say is, if you do end up going and dropping straight through the map and you don't see your character, do not just quickly back straight out on this and accept the death. That's not how you want to work this. You will see right here, we still managed to make it over the death barrier, and it drops as if we're about to die, but will continue to drop even though you don't see it. Now this is obviously a little bit less satisfying when it comes to actually being able to watch it and know what it is that your character is doing, because obviously you can't see anything. But continue swiping your sword and continue swiping your sword and continue, and eventually you will come to a point where you hit that same barrier where you actually obtain a load of runes again. And this again is like the second sort of visual method of this. It may look a little bit different, but don't panic. There is no hassle if this happens. It is exactly the same process. So as you're about to see on screen, it will then give you the runes, and you just fast travel back to that location like you have previously. Now what I will say is this death barrier can get a bit frustrating. When you go to do the jump, you must double jump. Not only must you double jump, but you must hit the double jump as long and delayed as possible. So when you leave the platform, you want to make sure that you leave the platform at the last possible chance to make that first jump, and then delay the second jump maybe for a second or so, just so you're not like spamming it and just jumping straight over. You will notice at that point as well that it does obviously make you gain those runes a lot quicker, because you are not going to die. So this right here is the rune farm that you guys are going to need, so make sure you get in on this. There are a few other ones of these around the map. If you've not unlocked this location, then I'll leave the links down to the other rune farms in the description below. Go and check those out. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, slap that like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It would be greatly appreciated. But as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.